Today, I want to build a miter saw station, a rolling one that I can roll outside, make my cuts, and easily clean off out there. This will prevent all the mess that comes with woodworking whenever I'm in my garage. It'll make it convenient also because it'll raise it up to where it's at a nice working level. If this is your first time seeing this channel, I really appreciate you stopping by. If you'd like, subscribe, it helps out my channel. If you've already subscribed, I really appreciate it. I've seen quite a few people jump on and subscribe lately, and I can't thank you guys enough. For now, let's get on with the build. I didn't want to make this build too complex. I wanted to make it more functional than anything else. So I bought some 4x4s, some 3-inch heavy-duty casters with locks, some 2x4s to build the frame, and then some plywood for the base and some thicker plywood for the top. I started by cutting the 4x4s and attaching the casters. Then I built the bottom base to make sure that it would fit in the location that I needed. Let's test it out. Alright, now that we know that it'll fit in the area that I want, let's go ahead and let's build the top of the frame. This is pretty much just like the bottom. The only thing is one side is actually going to have a drop down in it, but we'll get to that later. When framing out the bottom, it doesn't have to be up to any type of code or anything. It's just a simple frame. I just put some 2x4s across and then ran a couple 2x4s the other direction. This should do just fine, and I'll attach the plywood to it so it'll be nice and stable. Alright, now that the plywood's cut to length, I just need to cut out these little squares on the end so the legs will fit in there. Once I get that done, I can pop it right into place. Now that we've got the bottom done, we can start working on the top. I'm going to need to cut out a little spot for the miter saw. I had to do some measurements for this to make sure that it would fit my miter saw just right. The miter saw is going to sit down a little bit lower so it'll be level with the top whenever I'm making cuts on boards. The whole top is going to hang over 1 inch, so I'll have some clamping space if needed. Alright, now it's time to build the miter saw part. The miter saw, as you can see, will sit a little bit lower. I put an extra piece of plywood in there so the miter saw would sit flush with the top of the bench. This worked out perfect, as I can make my normal cuts and any 45-degree cuts. Now that the top's done, let's build a few shelves in the bottom here. I've got these little cases that I store all kinds of tools and bits in that I wanted to have a special area for. This will hold about 5 cases, and then I built another little 2-shelf spot for random stuff. The main area is going to be for bigger tools like my circular saw and my drill press. All right, here it is. Everything's together. This thing rolls really smooth. It's really simple. There's not a lot to it, but it's super functional. I'm really happy with how it turned out. Now, let's go ahead and let's start putting on all the other tools and accessories that I want to put on this. I gotta say, I didn't really know how this was going to turn out in the end, but I'm really happy with it. Super functional and super easy to roll out of my garage. Thanks for watching, guys. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Hit me up on all my social medias. And as always, get out there, run, bike, and just have fun. We'll see you in the next one.